Yeah. So, guys, we'll start with the incident module, and I have created a customized field in my incident form. So, basically, this is very important how to identify the out of box field, whether the field is out of box one or the field is uh, customized one. So, basically, guys, if you can observe here, there is a caller, and the caller is referring to the user table, right? This is a user table, this underscore user table. But for this caller, I haven't given the user table. I just to uh, know the difference between these two things. Just I have given the reference field is extending from the incident. So that is the reason I have taken this. So the major thing how you can identify these things, guys. So basically, each and every I already discussed, for each and every customized normal customized fields, we have u underscore, guys. If you can see here, u underscore caller, that is user created field. U underscore is nothing but user created one. So whatever the fields are available from the out of the box OOB, so that is, if you can see, the backend name is caller underscore id. So whatever we have created, user, whatever the user will create, that will comes under as u underscore in the starting. So that is the major difference, guys. You need to know I mean, if you can see this difference, then you will get to know what is the out of box fields are available, and what are the customized fields, are what are the user created fields are available on the form. Right. So likewise, in ATF also we need to see, we can whether we can. So basically we have two callers are here. So both are same with the same name. But how you can identify the similar thing what we have discussed now? So I'm taking an example of from the tomorrow yesterday's session. Okay. So I'm opening the same test, guys. This is also important, you can see. So we have created the test yesterday. So how you can uh, search your test in your instance? So just give the filter conditions like whatever the name you have given. So I have given on the name of incident. So I have kept star. Star means nothing but contains, guys. So whatever the names are, names contains incident, that all test scripts will appear once I click on enter. So if you can see, there are multiple 23 test cases are available on the name of incident. So I don't know which one I have created. So how I can see? So if we can give a, I mean, description also, in that also we have given incident demo. So yesterday's we have created this one, right? So basically, whatever the filters you know, whatever the things you know, you can give on the search symbol, on the search box, the filter conditions. So from that you can easily grab the test or anything, guys. This is the most important, guys. If you know this, it will use everywhere. I mean, in the ATF and in the manual also, giving a filter condition is the most important to fetch your record. Whatever the record you want to open, that needs to be opened, right? So that is the reason. So I'm opening this test. So I'm going to the same set field values, as we need to set the values, right? That is the reason. So I need to set the caller, this caller, not this caller. So what I need to do? So I can search with the name caller. So if you can see here, guys, there are two callers are available. One caller is caller underscore id, and another caller is u underscore caller, right? So that means I want to fill this caller, whatever I have created. That means the backend value is u underscore caller. We already saw that, right? So give a right click on a field, whatever the field you want, you can simply see your backend name, right? So I from this what I have known. So this caller is our out of box functionality. This has whatever the caller I have created, right? So I want to select this caller. So that means u underscore caller. If I can take this u underscore caller, whatever the things I am filling, that is u underscore caller. So see here, guys. So I have extended the reference from the incident table. That is the reason incidents references are coming, right? So likewise, you can create anything from your, I mean, actually that I have created this field for the demo purpose. As a tester, you never ever create your fields, guys. You never customize the forms. Just you will test, that's it, right? So I am giving one more thing. I am giving an incident. So I'm updating this step. So till here, what happens, guys? First of all, we are opening a form, then we are setting a field values. What is the basic flow of incident? So first we need to open the form, right? So from where we can open the form. So from the application navigator, guys, please go on mute. So from where we are going to uh, create an incident. So we need to come to application navigator first. Then we can open an incident form. Then we need to fill the values. Then we need to submit the form, right? So the same thing we have done on the ATF also. We are opening a form. We are setting the field values. These two are similar, guys. If you can go to the yesterday's recording session, you can get to know what are the difference between the open a form and navigate to module. This is a straight module. I mean, this is the way the previous records can be also whatever it will open a new form will open only a new forms. Navigate to module will open. It will bring you on the module itself. So after that, we have setting a field values and submitting a form. So after submission of form, I need to open the same record, right? That is the reason I have opened an existing record, guys. So open an existing record. This is the very important step, guys. So here the logic is you can, so how you can open an existing record, guys? So basically we have a data pill, right? From the data pill, we already see the usage of data pill. So whatever the steps we can fetch from the previous step. So I want to bring the previous step into my current step. Then I'll use my data pill. So with the help of data pill, I am taking the open and existing record. So where I have submitted, at which step I have submitted the form, I am bringing that record, same record, right? Once we have submitted the record has been created. So that is the reason I have taken that step, guys. This is the most tricky one, guys. This is the most important also. Using of data pills is 20%. It will impact on your ATFs, guys. Right? These are all the straightforward. Giving a tables is most important, and seeing all the observing all the things is important. But using data pills wisely is also, it will bring you one step ahead, right? So likewise, we have created a open and existing record, and then record is pulling from the previous step by using data pill, right? Till here we are good, right? So after that, it will opens an existing record. So once the record has been opened, I need to, as I will open an existing record, guys, for you. So incident dot list. So guys, make an habit while you are creating ATF, right? So make sure you will always open a manual flow, guys. Side by side, you need to open a manual flow. Not only for incident, everywhere, anything you are doing, right? So manual flow must and should open on a new, on a separate window. So then only you can able to perform your things, right? So I'm keeping my incident record. I'm opening one of the existing record. So till here we have done for the step number 5, right? Opens an existing record. I also open the same, right? Existing record I have opened. So now the thing is, I want to change the states. I want to fill the details. So for suppose I am filling the test description here. So I am, what I need to do now. So here we have a related list also. Everything we have. So what I need to do? I need to click an update, right? Update or result or delete anything. If I can click on the delete, it will delete. If I can update the, if I click on the update, it will update the record. So if you can observe here, once we have clicked on the update, it was going to the list view. So what that means? So if we have filled the details also, even though description I have filled later on. So then I have clicked on the follow. So I want to do the same in ATF also. What I can do? So I have setted the field values here. So I am taking the same step. We have filled the state to in progress. I have done state to in progress. Till here we have done. So I want to fill more details, guys. Right? I want to fill comments or something else here in my step. Additional comments. ATF test. So guys, if you can observe here, till form layout section, it will come, ATF will counts as an fields only, guys. If you can see watch list, additional comments, whatever the fields are available in the form layout section also, even though in form layout section also, it will count as a field only, right? These are all the fields only. So coming to the related list, that is different concept. So this is not a related list, guys. Even though you will see as an similar to related list, but it was not a related list. It was a form layout section. Related list is wherever it was available under the related links only. That means there is a relationship between these tables and the incident table. Then it will become an related list. But these things are extending from only incident table itself. That is the reason these were a global also, guys. If you can observe watch list and additional comments, these all are available in the global. I mean, if you can open problem, if you can open change, everything, you can see notes and additional comments should be visible, right? So that is the form layout section, guys. So you can fetch all the things from the form layout section as well. So now I have given additional comments as ATF. If you can see ATF test. So now what I need to do? I need to click on the update UI action, right? So once I have filled the testing, so once I have filled the additional comments, I need to click on the UI action. So update what UI action? Update UI action. I am clicking this. So here also I will do the similar step. Add test step, all steps. What our step is clicking, click UI action, right? UI action, we are clicking the UI action, right? So if you don't know, just go to filter conditions, just type UI action. It will also reflect. We are clicking the UI action, right? So that is the reason we are taking this step. UI action visibility is something, whether the UI action is available or not on the particular form, we can use from this step. So UI action visibility validation in SP. SP is in service portal, guys. These are all the different things. Wherever you are seeing under the brackets, there SP is written, that was related to the only service portals, not for the ITIL. So whatever we are seeing here is a ITL, native UI. So the SP, whatever SP has been written in the brackets, that was related to the service portal itself, not for ITAL. So here we can see click a UI action, SP, and click a UI action. So as we discussed, clicking a UI action, native UI. So that means the form is native UI, right? So that is the reason we are taking click a UI action. So I'm taking next after the step number 6, right? So that means the execution order is 7. So here, if you can observe, guys, form UI and table is incident, and form UI is standard UI. Then these both are okay, good. So now we need to click on the UI action. Which UI action we need to click on? So we need to click on the update. So if we can search, guys, if you can see, there were many updates are available, many UI actions are available on the globally. So how you can identify? So here filter conditions will play a major game again. So just give in this name itself update. So I'm entering. So there were two updates are available. Which one I need to click on? So if we can see on the comments, update button on the existing record, saved record and redirects to the previous screen, usually a list. If we can see, if we can read out these comments, excuse me, guys. So the update button that shows up on multiple update forms. Actual process is handled by multiple update process server, since hence script is here deliberately blank. So if you can read out this, you can use from here only, right? Why why because we are clicking update button on existing record itself, right? We already submitted our record, we already open an existing record. So that means we are clicking our update button on existing record. Then what happens? Saved record and redirects to the previous screen, usually a list. So we are taking this button, just click on that hyperlink, guys, then it will take automatically wherever you have seen. There were 1 2 3 4, right? So if you can click on the first update, it will take only first update, right? So then click on the submit. I am running the step now. Sorry, I'm running the step test now, how it will execute. So open your client test runner. If you can see, the incident record has been created, new incident record has been opened. So then submitting a form, setting a field value is done, and then submitting a form is done, and it will open an existing record here. Here we can see, guys. So opens an existing record. If you can observe here, every step will see from here also which step is currently executing. Then again it was done setting a field values. Then again it was, if you can observe, in progress. And once we can click on the, so it was success. So what happens, guys? It will redirect to the page again, right? So I need to open the same record. The step has not been taken, taken, yeah. It was clicked on the UI action, update incident form. So then once we are clicking an once we are clicking on update button here, what it was doing, it was redirect on the list view, right? We'll open the incident records again. So it was redirecting the list view. So now what I need to do in my current page, so I need to add one more time as open an existing record, guys. Right? So I'm taking open an existing record. Here you can get a confusion. So we have already taken the step number 4, open an existing record. Now which record we need to open? As we have submitted, as we have uh, updated any form in the list view itself, if you click on the update, if you click on the save or anything in the list view, you will open wherever it will count. I mean, whenever the record has been counted, created, so it will store somewhere, right? It will storing the data in the incident table. So it doesn't mean whether you will open the same previous record or whether you will open the first submit one. So it will store the data will came, right? So usually the best practice is, after you clicking on new action, just we need to take open an existing record, then click on next. So here we have a record. So guys, here we have another option also, seeing what is the thing view. I will explain that as well, guys. So first of all, I am clicking the record data pill here. So now we have two steps are available. One is step number 4 and another is step number 7. So both are similar, both are related to the same incident record. If we can take 7 also, it will take. If we can take 4 also, it will open the same incident record. Once the record has been redirected to the list view, whether you will open a normal or an I mean to say, once you have submitted your record, it will open the previous record. The data has been stored in the incident table itself. It will open the record what you want, right? It doesn't mean, it doesn't know you are clicked on, this time you have clicked on update. So that is the reason the updated things are only stored. That is not right, guys. So that is the reason. So the best practice is usually, whenever, to avoid the confusion only, guys, to avoid the confusion only, you will use, whenever you are opening an existing form, which record you need to open, you need to take that step. So I am taking step number 7 here. This is a best practice only, guys, right? So I'm clicking on the submit. So now I'm running the test again. So open a cloud test runner here. If you can see, it was submitted a form. Then the next step is opens an existing record, and then setting a field values again. If you can see there, setting a field values again, in progress, and then clicking on UI action. Then we can see open an existing record, right? So see here, guys, the activity stream also, whatever the things we will give on the work notes or additional comments, it will visible on here only, right? So likewise, we have completed till here. So now what we need to do, the step is completed. So now I want to click on the resolve button as well. So I want to click on resolve. So guys, I'll explain a related list also for the next things. First of all, you need to focus on the basic form level. Then you will get a grip on the basic steps. Then we'll go to the related list. Why? Because if I can start the related list, you will get confusion right now. So what I can say is, just we can revise the topics thoroughly, so that you'll get a full grip on your form level itself, whatever the form level availabilities are there. So now here, till here we have done only setting a field values and um, clicking on a UI actions. This much of we have done. So I want to check the state of the fields. I want to validate the values of the fields. So how I can, so what is meant by state of the field and what is meant by values of validation of values. So the state means nothing but if I can pick the caller, whether the caller is mandatory or not. So if I can pick the priority, whether the priority is read only or not. So these are the states, guys. If I can pick the description, whether this was editable or not. The state of the field is nothing but field validations, guys. Whether the field is mandatory, whether the field is read only. Likewise, we can validate that one as well in the ATF. So apart from that, what value is available on the particular field, this can also we can validate, guys. So we can quickly go through these two steps. So I'm opening an incident form in our ATF steps. So I'm taking a step. So the record has been opened, guys. Now I want to validate the caller field and short description field, the caller and short description states, and how I can validate. So here, if we can see, I'm taking an add step. Now, in the form level itself, you can search it from the form level itself. Field state validation. If you can see field state validation, that is nothing but if we can take this thing, how it looks like. So we can validate whether the field is visible, whether the field is mandatory, whether the field is read only. You can see everything from here, guys. So here we can see visible, not visible, read only, not read only, mandatory and non-mandatory. So guys, I want to validate caller and short description from the incident form. So whether that was a mandatory or not, I want to validate that thing. So if I can take mandatory here, I can give caller. So that was a caller ID was mandatory, right, guys? Why? Because if you can observe, u underscore caller is not mandatory. That was a user created field. So this was system created one. That is a OOB mandatory field. So I'm pulling this from this bucket slash bucket. This is called as slash bucket, guys. I am pulling from this from here to here. So I want to validate short description. These two are mandatory, right? So that is the reason I have picked these two. So I want to validate read only as priority. So the priority is also a read only, right? So now I am submitting this. Again, we have another things to validate. What we need to validate? We need to validate the values also, right? So I want to validate priority value, or I want to validate. So I can take short description, what I have given in the thing. So I have given the short description as ATF test demo, right? ATF demo for SD. I want to validate this option. So I am taking this. So this step will validate only states, guys. Field state validations. State is nothing but whether that was a read only or mandatory or visible or nothing but like nothing like that. So now I want to validate the values inside the field. I want to validate the values. So this is a simpler form, guys. That is the reason you are seeing only this time these things. So you will use thoroughly these steps also. So if you want to validate and in your organization, if you want to validate an existing form, there were many fields are available on your existing form, right? At that time, you will get a requirement. Some stories will be like this also. So you will get a like the stories like, so I want to validate the value of particular field. This is one story, guys. So for that, you need to create a ATF. At that time, what you need to do, you can simply take only one step, field value validation. Then in the note section, you will give that story number. Your story is done from the ATF end, right? So likewise, fields value validation. I'm taking this field values validation. So after the step number 9, I'm taking this one, guys. So click on next. Which field I need to validate? I want to validate short description, guys. Short description. I am taking contains. Use your operator wisely, guys. I'm saying this again and again. If you doesn't know the operators, definitely your script will break. So max to max use contains operator always. I can say this. Why? Because if you use contains always also, that will be the drawback. Sometimes the drawback is in not in the form level. If you can go to the list level, if you want to filter the some conditions, so it will fetch the all the, for example, in short description, I want to fetch the incident one. So if we can keep the incident in the short description, it will fetch all the incident records, right? It doesn't know which records needs to fetch. So if you are giving only single filter condition, then it should be is. If you know perfect short description, you can use is. Until and unless the perfection is not known for you, you can use contains. So if you know exact match pin to pin, that means even though full stop, even though spaces, even though everything, that then you can use is. Until and unless you are not sure about your field value, you can use contains. So I am taking contains here and I am pasting ATF demo, right? But I have given a full stop also. If you can observe here, so ATF demo for SD. After SD, we have full stop. Now I haven't given a full stop here. Why? Because even though it will fetch. Why? Because I have given contains. That is the reason it will fetch. So if you haven't give upper cases and lower cases also will matters, guys. So most probably you can use only copy and paste method itself. Don't type from your own. Upper and lower cases will also matters always. So I'm submitting this record. So I want to validate only short description contains ATF demo SD or not. So I'm submitting this. So now I want to click on resolve. So once we'll click on the resolve, it will get a mandatory, right, resolution code and resolution notes. If we can fill these two, then only we can resolve our incident. Otherwise, we are not able to. So for this, what we need to do? So if I am reloading this page, if we can see, resolution code and resolution note are not mandatory until and unless I am not clicking on the resolve button, guys. Right? So this can be done from ATF? No. Why? Because ATF will only read the client test runner itself. So if you want to achieve these things, so you need to do simply, you need to fill the resolution code and resolution notes also before clicking resolve button. Why? Because in the manual, if you are clicking on the resolve, I am clicking on the resolve, it was giving an pop-up like the following mandatory fields are not filled. You can please fill the fields. So if I can click directly, it will give an error. So it was not, the action is not working, right? So then automatically it will give an error. So before clicking on that, whatever upon closure mandatory fields are available, you need to fill that as well. Then you can click on the UI actions from the ATF perspective view. So these are the similar minor things you need to keep on your minds, guys. So I'm clicking on resolve. It was coming as a mandatory upon closure only, but ATF doesn't know. So you need to fill before clicking on UI action. That's it, right? So till here we are good. So I want to see whether these two fields are been executing or not. I clicked on the run test. I'm going back to my client test runner. So whether those two fields has been came or not, you can observe from there, right? So guys, I'll fail the step. I'll fail the test script for you how to see the errors now after this execution, right? So if you can see, guys, opens an existing record, and now the state validations will came and field validating a field state validations, and then validating field values also. It was validating. So if you have given a wrong one, so for example, I have, it was passed. So I have changed operator from contains to is here. So as we discussed, is until and unless if you are not taking a perfect value, it will definitely fails. So this was not a perfect value what we are giving, right? So that will contains a full stop also, but I am not giving a full stop here, but I am taking is operator. It fails or it pass. Is it updated? So guys, if you can go to downstreams, so short description is equal to ATF. Whether we can, we'll see guys whether it was updated or not. So yeah, it was updated, guys. If you can see here, it was updated. So I'm closing this. So now I'm running the test script, guys. So what it happens, whether it will pass or it will fail, it will definitely fail, guys. Why? Because I have given, 1 second. Yeah. So why? Because I have given is operator, and I while you are using is operator, the value should be equivalent. That should be exact match, right? But I haven't given the exact match, so ATF will fail. So the test needs to be failed, guys. So even though the small things will impact your test scripts, guys, right? It looks like some basics, but if you can break somewhere, if you are passing your steps, that will be easy. If you break somewhere, right, it will take lot of time to crack the things and all the things. If you can, if you want to patch, that will take a lot of time, guys. So if you can see validating the field values, taking a screenshot and sending it to the server, so that means it was failed, right? As I have given only screenshot property for the failed test steps. So guys, if I'm going back to the incident form, oh, it was running still, huh? So guys, make sure when you are running, your cloud test runner should be open. Don't skip the things from here to there. So that might impact your performance also. So now I will open the. So in between, if you got any problems like this, what you need to do? So basically, sometimes you will face the same issue, guys. So this was the pending step. So what we need to do is just go to your transactions and just fail this. I mean, you can stop your run tests, right? So otherwise you can keep aside, and if you want to run test, you can run from here also. So I haven't opened. So if you can click on the run test, you can see view the test in progress, right? So from here, just I will open client test runner, then it will, you will get a more clarity. Okay, so our client test runner also open. So now I have opened which one is running. It was running, but it wouldn't run. Why? Because I have skipped the things in between. So when you have stuck like that, just click on run test. Once you click on run test, right, you can see hyperlink like view the test in progress. So you can click on that one, you will open the window like that. So you can delete the record from here, or you can keep this record as. Now you can see it will ask 9 test result items only. Delete, guys. Only for this particular running test only, not consecutive tests. All test results will never delete. Once you can delete the record from here, so you can delete the record from here, then automatically you can see here, then you can run your test. Until and unless you are not deleted that record, you won't able to run the test also even, right? So now click on run test. If you can see now, you can able to see the cloud tester run is working on, is running. So it was opening an existing record and validating a field states, and then validating a field values, right? So it needs to be failed. It was taking too long. Yeah, web page was reloaded because problem occurred. Why it was reloading? Why cloud test runner has reloaded? Okay, something has been problem with my instance. Okay, I'll fail though. So guys, if you can see here, we can cancel the pending steps also in between the test steps. If you can click on the cancel pending steps, it won't execute, right? So you can cancel the pending steps also. It will ask for the confirmation. So, okay. Yeah, I'm deleting this record from here. So how to delete the record, guys? So basically, I'm checking this checkbox in front of this. So once I check the checkbox, you can go here and just delete the record. So if you can click this thing now, it will delete entire record, guys. So if you want to delete any one of them, so just be wise, don't click on the UI action directly. If you can click on the this UI action, right, this whole test will delete, right? So make sure what delete you are using. So for now, what I can do is I will break the thing in step number 8 itself. So how I can break the step number 8, guys? So I know short description is mandatory and caller is mandatory. So I am giving this thing as non-mandatory. Even though it was a mandatory, but I am giving even short description as non-mandatory. It was a wrong, right? If I am giving a short description is non-mandatory, it won't, the test needs to be failed, right? The fields are mandatory, but I am giving in a non-mandatory. Why this thing is happening now, guys? Something is happening. I'll close all the windows. Okay. So here non-mandatory, you can see here, I have given the short description as a non-mandatory, right? So I am running a test here. So cloud test runner closed. Today is close playing. Okay. So guys, if you have your cloud test runner is not opening, just go to your application navigator and type client test runner and open your client test runner. Until and unless you haven't opened your client test runner, right, it won't execute, guys. Right. So now it will open an existing code. Then this 8 step needs to be failed. Why? Because I have, even though it was a mandatory field, I am giving check it for the non-mandatory. Right. Yes, it was taking a screenshot and sending it to server. It was blocked here. So that means we'll get error. Man, what happens? It was why it was reloaded. The web was reloaded because of problem akkada. Which problem? Guys, I need to check this. Why this error is coming? I don't know. I'll check this in the properties and I'll let you know. So basically, the thing is, whenever the test has been failed, right, you will get in the logs like why it was failed and why it was passed. So if you can check in the logs, in the test result, I have cancelled both times. So I'm opening this record, why it was get successed. So here in the status itself, the step, I mean, if you got any error, so you can check it on the status, guys. In the status itself, you will get a success or error. If you have your test has been failed, you will get an error message in the status itself. So once you will get an error message here, why it was getting failed, you will get in the summary as well, guys. So if you can read out the summaries, successfully validated all the field states. So the form has currently matched the condition. So all the things, why it was success, there is a reason. Why it was a failure, there is a reason. So if you got any error message also, you will get an clear message here why that has been failed, right? So likewise you can do that. So now I am resolving this thing. We'll quickly done with this. Oh, time waste time. The, why it was getting disconnected? Huh? Okay, so mm, mm, so guys, I am failing these two steps. So I want to resolve the incident. How I can resolve? I'm making these two as a false. So I need to click on the UI action, right? So go to add test step and click on UI action. Click a UI action. So just go to UI action, which UI action you need. Resolve. So there is only one resolve is available for incident. You can take that one as. So you can submit that. So as we already discussed, before giving a resolve, before clicking on the resolve, we need to set the field values, right? Which field values we need to set? Resolution code and resolution notes. If you haven't set the field values, the definitely script will fail, guys, right? So I am filling the field values. Resolution code as known error or no resolution is provided. I'm taking this thing. So resolution notes as success. So I have given these fields. So guys, I have given these two values here in the step number 6 itself. So why? We can give here also, we can give here also, wherever the setting the field values, we can give the values everywhere, right? So once these two values are available, then only it will close, right? Then only resolve button will click on, otherwise it won't, right? So I am running the test. Oh, this is the error. I am using the Safari browser. Okay. So if we can see, guys, extinction from the Chrome one previous while I am opening, right? So it was asking for Safari browser or Chrome browser. So I am taking a wrong window. That is the reason it was not giving the errors. Only it was getting executed. So now if you can see, resolution code and resolution notes has been provided. No resolution has been provided, and resolution code is a success. And then, so guys, you need to see one thing, you need to observe one thing. It was not got okay, that was not false, that was not updated, guys. So if we can make some steps as a false, guys, so what usually it happens, right? So it will skip the records. That means if you can see, these were not the step number 10. That means field value validation gets updated. This was not get updated, right? Now you can see, guys, we can click on the resolve button as well. So make sure one thing, guys, if you are updating in the list view, you need not to save always. If you are not updating in the list view, you need to save. Whether it was an incident list or whether it was I mean ATF list, anywhere related list. If you are making some changes, right? So that means you need not to click on save always, right? You can see it was clicked on resolve. Then only you will see as close incident, right? This UI action. So this is how we can click on the UI action and we can play around on the form level, guys, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about how we can create a problem and how we can create a change as well. Change is bit different from the problem. So guys, you have an exercise for today. Make sure you can do a practice for the problem. Take an example, try to create one problem and try to submit the problem record and go ahead with the flow apart from the related list, guys, right? Don't keep on hands for related list. If you have a dependency till there, you can stop there. So make sure you have an exercise for create a problem record from I mean ATF. So then you can submit that problem record and go ahead with the flows till the form level, wherever we have seen like UI actions, clicking on the UI actions and everything, right? So, okay, guys, we'll stop here for the today's session. So anyone is having any doubts?
Hi, Pawan. Can you please provide